Melania Trump. Great to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
I guess the first thing is congratulations.
I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
You need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life. And they wrote lies. And I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady.
If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly.
Melania Trump recently made a groundbreaking move that could reshape the media landscape, securing one of the largest defamation settlements ever recorded. She won an astounding $900 million from The View and co-host Sunny Hostin. But this isn't merely a personal victory. It's a pivotal moment in the fight for media accountability, sending a strong message that reckless, agenda-driven attacks on public figures will no longer go unchallenged. For years, The View operated under the assumption that they could say anything without consequence, targeting politicians, celebrities, and even former first ladies with unchecked commentary disguised as truth. However, that era has now come to an end. This unprecedented financial blow could potentially threaten the future of the entire show. The controversy began when Sunny Hostin, during a live broadcast, made a bold and unfounded claim. With neither evidence nor restraint, she alleged that Melania despised her husband and only feigned affection for financial benefits. The accusation was baseless, yet Hostin presented it as fact, implying intimate knowledge of the Trump marriage. True to The View's style, none of the other hosts challenged the statement. Instead, they simply nodded along, treating the claim as indisputable truth.
What do you love most about your husband?
His being, his humor, his personality, his kindness. He's very special. His positivity, his energy, it's unbelievable. So we have a beautiful relationship.
What do the two of you like to do for fun if you're not working?
To have dinner, sometimes quiet dinner or dinner with friends and listen to the music, all kind of different musics.
I hear he likes to be the DJ.
He likes to be the DJ, and it's very fun night when he does that.
This time, Melania Trump wasn't going to let it go. She had endured years of media attacks, often portrayed as a distant, indifferent trophy wife, caught in the chaos of her husband's political career. But this time was different. Melania had reached her limit. She wasn't about to let The View tarnish her reputation just for ratings. Wasting no time, she assembled a powerhouse legal team and launched a defamation lawsuit that meticulously outlined how The View crossed the line from opinion into deliberate falsehoods that damaged her public image. The legal showdown stretched on for months, with ABC scrambling to shield its hosts. They tried to invoke First Amendment protections, arguing that their comments were merely free speech. However, the evidence against them was overwhelming. Melania's legal team presented undeniable proof of a pattern. The View repeatedly targeted conservative women with false and damaging narratives, while consistently giving leniency to left-leaning figures. There were documented defamatory statements, interviews where the hosts doubled down on misinformation, and clear evidence that this wasn't accidental. It was a calculated effort to ruin reputations.
I have to say, I was surprised when she mentioned his sense of humor. But I'm going to leave that alone and ask you all the question, will the candidate spouses getting involved like she just did?
What?
That's what it says. That's what it says. And you know, this is my job, so I'm reading it.
Yeah.
As I said, as she just did, will it make a difference here?
Well, I think when you hear Doug Emhoff, the vice president's, husband, speak about their relationship, I think it's very touching. He is behind her 100%. He's very loving. He spoke at the DNC, and I think he described a person that people wanted to know more.
Then came the bombshell verdict. The jury rejected ABC's defense, delivering a staggering $900 million judgment, one of the largest defamation payouts in history. For ABC, it was nothing short of a financial disaster. The View, once a flagship program, now faced an uncertain future as the lawsuit cast a shadow over its continued viability. Sunny Hostin, meanwhile, is likely spending her nights under immense stress. Her reckless comments had cost the network nearly $1 billion, and now she's enduring a storm of backlash. Rumors are swirling inside ABC that executives, furious over the fallout, are seriously contemplating her dismissal in a desperate effort to restore the network's tarnished credibility. Hostin's reputation has taken a devastating hit. After years of positioning herself as the moral compass of the show, she now finds herself at the center of one of the most humiliating defamation losses in television history. It's hard to imagine anyone taking her seriously after this monumental blunder.
In person, I'm reluctant to comment on other people's marriages because I don't want anybody to comment on mine. But they've been married 19 years. And in my experience, people that have been married that long are not necessarily polar opposites, right? They have a lot of commonality. And so I think these two are simpatico. I remember that when Joy interviewed Melania on her show in 2011, she backed her husband's birther claims.
That's right. That was on your show.
That was on her show. She questioned Barack Obama's citizenship.
A show that they took away from me. Go ahead.
She was over it. It's fine. But I'm not bitter.
You were fired.
Go ahead. You know, she did that even though she wasn't originally a citizen of this country.
Meanwhile, Melania Trump is emerging from this legal battle stronger than ever. For years, she was dismissed as just another political spouse caught in the crossfire of media attacks without a voice. But now she's shattered that narrative. This lawsuit wasn't about seeking a simple apology or retraction. It was a bold statement. By securing a settlement so enormous it could potentially bring down an entire show, Melania set a new benchmark for media accountability. The ripple effects are already being felt across the media landscape. If The View can face consequences for defamation, what's to stop others from challenging media outlets that have built their brands by attacking public figures? Celebrities, politicians, and media personalities are now realizing they no longer have to silently endure character assassinations. Empowered by this precedent, legal teams are more emboldened than ever to go after these media giants. Even Joe Rogan, the podcast powerhouse, weighed in with sharp criticism. He tore into The View for what he called blatant hypocrisy. Rogan highlighted the stark shift. Just a few years ago, Donald and Melania Trump were warmly welcomed on the show, met with applause and praise. Fast forward to today, and they're vilified as public enemies.
To you about, I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it. We don't want anybody to have any sort of a way to get it down. The episode of you when you're on The View, when you were running for president.
Right.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Please let's find out, and please welcome my friend, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you.
We're so happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy. We love it.
They're talking about you as such a favorable light. The audience was cheering, and then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Joe Biden knows how to do this. Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
Rogan didn't hold back, calling out The View for what he described as a calculated narrative flip motivated more by political bias than genuine conviction. He kept the pressure on, mocking the show for prioritizing sensationalism over meaningful content. If you average the IQs of The View hosts, you might still struggle to hit triple digits, he quipped, letting the sting linger. Harsh? Absolutely. But his audience loved it, and the jab hit its mark. As the dust settles, ABC executives are scrambling to figure out their next move. The network is reeling from the staggering financial blow, with advertisers reportedly pulling back, unwilling to be linked to a show that just cost nearly $1 billion. Rumors are swirling that The View may face cancellation or, at the very least, a major overhaul, possibly with some hosts, like Sunny Hostin, shown the door. Hostin, who is usually quick to double down when challenged, has gone noticeably silent. No rants, no interviews, just radio silence. And can anyone blame her? She's now dealing with the fallout of professional humiliation and the looming threat of being let go to protect the network's reputation. The tension is palpable among the other hosts as well. This lawsuit wasn't just a financial disaster, it was a wake-up call. If Melania Trump could win such a landmark case, who's next? With The View's long history of reckless commentary, there's a real possibility that other high-profile figures might also take legal action. Then there's the delicious irony. For years, The View positioned itself as the moral compass of daytime television, lecturing viewers on politics, culture, and social issues. The show built its brand on tearing others down, acting as though it held the final say on truth. Now the tables have turned. Their own reckless behavior, bias, and unprofessionalism are being laid bare for all to see. On the other hand, Melania Trump is thriving. This wasn't just about the money, it was about respect. She's proven that she's not a passive political spouse who can be smeared without consequence. She took on one of America's most influential daytime talk shows and emerged victorious. Now, The View is on the ropes. The coming weeks will be critical. Will ABC pull the plug on the show? Will Sunny Hostin apologize or be dismissed? And how? Many more lawsuits could follow. One thing is certain: the reckoning. The View never saw coming has arrived, and the world is watching closely to see just how far the fallout will go.